Does anyone have a question?
I have a question, Stuart.
Yes, sir.
I think I'm experienced as kind of a reaction to the meditation practice that I get very easily overwhelmed by other people. Is that normal? Or?
Well, I don't think that's, I mean, if your mind is focused, if you're building, the third chakra, that should give you the strength not to be overwhelmed by other people.
Mm.
And if you are overwhelmed by other people, it's just a reminder that you have to work a little deeper inside to build up the power inside yourself that other people's tension and problems, they don't get to you. You can deal with them. You can remain quiet around them. So I think what you just expressed is just a part of you that, being overwhelmed, you need to do a deeper work inside to build a system that keeps you from getting overwhelmed by other people. Once you build that kind of system, you can deal with whatever people bring you. If you don't build that system inside, then it's very difficult to deal with other people. And that's what the meditation is about. You understand? In order to have a spiritual life, we have to get ourselves balanced and we have to develop our humanity. And when you develop your humanity, other people don't overwhelm you.
Mm.
No matter what they bring to you, you can look at them and deal with them and not get upset because of who they are and what they are. So it's just, I think you're just being reminded that you need to build chi inside yourself. You need to build internal strength that will enable you to deal with other people as they enter your life.
Mm.
Chi is really a powerful force. And it gets you rooted, it builds balance, it builds foundation. And the center of this chi is the chakra that's right below the navel. If you build that kind of inner force, you can deal with anyone. And you deal with them in a kind way. You don't deal with them where you're beating everybody up and being better than anybody else. You deal with people in a very simple and kind way. And, I always say that all these negative things that happen to us, they're a mirror of us. And they're telling us things about us that we need to learn and then we need to do. If we listen to them and not be intimidated by them, they become an amazing teacher, telling us exactly what we need to learn in order to grow, to develop our lives, to become better human beings, to not be intimidated by life, to be able to allow life to be this amazing teacher that it is. It allows us to do all these things, but we can't be threatened by the negative things that come to us. We have to say, okay, I need to work on myself. I need to grow more inside. I need to deepen my inner life. I need to strengthen, especially the third chakra. Because once you get the third chakra really open, then it's no problem opening the heart, keeping a quiet mind, activating Kundalini, activating sexual energy to be used inside oneself as a force that does activate Kundalini. All of this works once we get that chakra developed. And life is a consistent reminder that we have to do this. So we don't do this, it just eats us alive, It is overwhelming. You're right. life is an overwhelming force. And one of the great byproducts of this meditation is building a system inside that enables us to truly deal with this overwhelming force. So I wouldn't be intimidated by all that. I would say, okay, it's a teacher. It's telling me what I have to do, what I have to grow, to develop myself. I always tell people there's really, negativity. I mean, no matter what happens to us, we can find something in it that can help us to grow closer to having a spiritual life. No matter what situation happens to us, it simply depends upon how we look at the world. Because ultimately, it's not positive or negative, they're the same energy. Positive and negative are just based on how we see the world. And things that are usually too strong and overwhelming to us are negative energies. And they intimidate us, but they're really not. They're just reminders of what we need to do to grow inside. So we begin to eliminate this whole thing of positive and negative and get to a place where there's a kind of dialectic where the opposites come together and create harmony and balance. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? I mean, look, thank you for that question, sir, because this is such an important thing, not only for you to learn, but for all of us to learn. Because, without, developing that kind of an inner life, everything overwhelms us. The world, and how we fight back is ego. And that just creates more tension and more craziness in the world. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? I just have one announcement to make. On August 9th, Daniel, who is in the class here, he's going to interview me on Zoom. I mean, it's an interview that's going to be done in order to promote the Portuguese translation of my book in Brazil. And, it's going to be done in English because I really only know about 3 words in Portuguese. So we have to do it in English. So if anybody wants to come and be part of that, because people are going to be asking questions and stuff like that, you should get in touch with Daniel Acosta, and he will send you the link when he sends out the links. I think it should be a very interesting interview. It's going to be for about an hour and a half. And the purpose is to get the book, this incredible translation that Daniel did of my book, known in Brazil. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask?
Stuart, I will try to talk good English. But my question is, when I go a little bit faster, I get tired, but not, I can breathe normally, but in my body. And I stop and I use breathing, and I am okay about maybe 5 seconds. Then my question is it something in my body? It's come out when I am getting physically active?
In your body, it's in your tension that keeps you from breathing that way. That's okay. And if you just, before you start the meditation, just do this little exercise. Just listen to your breathing, the inhalation, the exhalation, And do it slowly. Inhale slowly, exhale slowly. When you inhale, say, say there's a mantra, say so. And when you exhale, hum. It's a little mantra, and it will just calm you down so that you can begin to master your breathing and then use it, the breathing, to develop the chakras inside yourself. But you should do this every time you sit down, right before you meditate.
Okay. Yeah, but my question is, when I'm doing things now, I am, yes, I have to go very much, and I feel my body is so tired. But when I use breathing,
the answer again, Laura, is your tension.
Use breathing.
Your tension. And part of this meditation is to help you master your tension.
Okay.
To get past it. Because the tension is what creates that condition. And the tension is based upon being in your mind, and you particularly probably in your emotions pretty seriously. You know, that it's creating that tension that keeps you from breathing properly. But if you do that so-hum, and you do the inner work, and you really begin to master your breath while you do the inner work, it'll help you no matter what you're doing during the day. So please try that. Try before you meditate, just say to yourself, so, and so-hum, what it means really in translation is, so means I am, hum means that. I am one with everything. When you begin to master your breathing, you begin to master a simple fact that you and everyone else in this world is one with everything. I am that. I am one with everything in creation.
Wow.
And that's
wow.
That's what breath is. Breath is I'm taking in life and letting go. Taking in life and letting go.
Wow.
Try this exercise. I'm telling you, it'll really help you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, dear.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's so simple, all this stuff. Breathing is the rhythm of life. Breath sustains the world. I am that. Every human being is praying 24 hours a day. I am that. Our work is to become conscious of this so that we can use the breath consciously. And then it allows us to master the breath. And then we can get centered. And then the same thing with Sarah. The world isn't an overwhelming place. We have mastered our inner self.
Wow. Thank you.
You're welcome. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? Okay, if there are no more questions, then please try and sit still. There are no more questions. There'll be a class on Sunday, and I hope to see people there. And God bless you all. Have a wonderful weekend, and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.